Hello and welcome everyone. I want to discuss a controversial topic today. And the reason I'm making the video is because a lot of you are asking for my views. When they announced it the other day in stream, it was the most asked question. And that was, what do you think about the watch mule changes? Just a quick disclaimer, whenever I do this type of video and share my opinion like this, and it's kind of like against the, I'm part of the minority. You guys, sometimes you just get a bit, aggressive, I want to say, in the comments. This is just my opinion, and I have no problem with watch mules. If they change their mind, I'm happy for that also. But I do want to share my opinion because you guys are asking. So, watch mule. We're not going to be able to do watch mules no more. Now, I've only ever done a watch mule to do the videos for them because of the views, and you people would love it. And it is a great way, I'd say, for the more casual player, definitely that doesn't have a ton of time to be able to get caught up very, very quickly, get the builds maxed out. Basically unlimited resources, right? The higher the watch level, the better it is. You make a watch mule character, you go through New York, you get to level 40 now, and you get tons of scavenging points that you can spend at will, and you can do it all again, and you can just keep on doing this. And lots of people do it. Watch mule characters are a thing. It's something we promote, and it is very good. But they are removing that ability from next season. So come May 27th, you're no longer going to be able to create a watch mule. Now with the DLC that's coming, Battle for Brooklyn, you're going to be able to level skip straight to 40. So you can imagine the chaos with that. Now, people first initially thought that's going to be great. I no longer need to grind for my watch mule at all. I can just go straight to level 40 and have all those scavenging points. Unfortunately, that is not the case. They're letting you do it up until the DLC, so if they don't change their mind or amend this anyway, make sure you're doing that now. Get as much watch mule in as you can, because come next season and when the DLC releases, you're not going to be able to do it. They did say what they'll do is like one final buy to it is they're going to give everybody the scavenging points one last time. So whatever watch level you currently have, when you load in on May 27th, you're going to get a ton of scavenging points as a farewell to watch mules, which is quite cool. So my opinion on this, I think, like Yannick said in the stream when he announced it, this is something that is long overdue. I don't think watch mules should have ever been a thing in that respect. Now, I'm not saying the grind is fair. Like, there's times in the past where it certainly hasn't been. There's been lots of balance and changes throughout the last few years to make things a little bit easier. There's been a lot of changes to the way they do events recently as well, like with the times 5 XP event where you can gain a lot of watch levels. You can gain a lot of these scavenging points anyway now to invest if you want to. There's a lot more ways now to, I'd say, max out your stuff faster than it used to be. So they have already made balancing changes ready for this, I'd like to say. And yeah, I don't think it should have ever been in the game anyway. You shouldn't have something where you can basically cancel out your grind and do that, like just keep on making watch mules to get all these resources. It kind of stops you playing the game, you know, how they want you to play it and as intended, say. So I'm actually for it. I do agree that the watch mule needs to stop. I said this years ago. I've always been of this opinion. I've never used one myself, apart from when I've done the videos. I've seen no need to. But at the same time, it's controversial. Loads of people love the watch mule, and a lot of people are unhappy about it. I've seen that in the chat. I'm in a stream and we spoke about this. Lots of people coming in. Some people are saying it's enough to stop them from playing the game. It's that bad of a change. So what I would say is, if you've got any feedback about the watch mule whatsoever, the developers really do listen. Make sure you feedback in a respectful way, of course. You know, let them know on X, let them know in the Discord server where they're currently taking PTS feedback. Let them know, because if enough of you really don't like this, it is going to show them that something needs to be done. I don't think they should just change their mind and give us watch mules back and say, yeah, fine, just create level 40 characters and just keep on getting scavenging points. I don't think that's the way forward, but it might show and highlight the fact that the grind needs to be a little bit more easier to get our stuff maxed out, because let's be honest, is expertise needed? Not really. You can do everything in this game without expertise at all. It is a system that's in place though, and it does give you more power. So obviously we want that, and we want our expertise, all that stuff. But the grind for it is why people are using watch mules. They're using watch mules because the grind is just too much. Like, it's a lot of time to get those resources to max out everything you want to max out, whether it's just maxing out your expertise, but then the resources needed to then install that expertise on your weapons, and then there's multiple weapons you then got to do that with. It's not like expertise counts for every weapon. Once you've done it once, that's it. if you want to use that weapon again on another character, or if you got another weapon too, you got to do it all again and spend all the resources again. So there might be, I'd say, a case for looking at that and rebalancing things a little bit better. I think that's the route I think they should go down by the reaction that I've seen, because people are obviously upset that they're removing watch mules. So that's got to be the reason. And that is the reason. You know, people don't want to do that hard of a grind to get to that max cap, which is what they're aiming for. And, you know, a lot of us have OCD. We want to reach that max cap. Everything's got to be maxed. And yeah, I think going from this personally, I think the watch mule, like I said, is the right move. I think you've got to remove that, especially now you can just do the level 40 grind. I agree it should have been done a long time ago. I think it's the right time to do this. But I do think by the reaction of the community, there's probably going to have to be some rebalancing to look at. Like, how can we lessen the pain of that grind so people will be like, well, I don't need that watch mule no more. You know, this isn't that bad. I've already said I don't think it's as bad as it used to be anyway. When you think back to a couple of years ago, without these times 5 XP events, when they also had much higher cost to like expertise, and when you're optimizing your builds over the last few years, all of this has got cheaper to do. They've now included these events. Like I said, it is now much easier to get the resources you need, but at the same time it is still very grindy. So even though they've made these adjustments, maybe there's some further tweaks that they need to do. So that is my opinion. You might be wondering, well, how does it work now then? How are they cancelling watch mules? What is it they're doing to cancel it? Well, they're basically stopping the ability of scavenging points to be used again. So when you create a new character and you get to level 40, or when you get the DLC, just go straight to level 40, you're not going to get all the scavenging points that have been used. They're going to be shared across all characters, I believe, still. I'm not 100% on that. But once you've used a scavenging point, you're not going to get it back. There's no get me backs when you make a new character. It's as simple as that. That's all they are doing pretty much. But it does spell the end of watch mules. I am interested in discussing this further and hearing your views and what you think about this. I know a lot of you are upset. Some of you kind of agree with me, though. When we were talking about this in stream the other day, people were like, yeah, I'm in agreement with that. And they like the thought process of, rather than, you know, keep watch mules, let's look at the problem. Why do we need watch mules? What can we do to make the grind easier for players? I'm pretty sure there's probably things coming in the future anyway with changes to the game. Like, they're making so many quality of life improvements to the game for the last year. Year 7 looks like they're making even more quality of life improvements. So wouldn't be surprised if they add things in store anyway that is gonna make the pain of this grind lesser for people, you know, to make it easier for people to get that max expertise and to get things leveled up and things like that. So I'd like to think there's things coming anyway. But yeah, what do you think? Let me know down in the video comments. And like I said, your thoughts, if you are concerned about this and you feel very strongly against it, do feed back to them. They want to hear your feedback. Let them know in a respectful way, like I said. That's my thoughts on this today. But share them with you. Continue discussing down below. Don't forget to like the video to support it. Subscribe to my channel for more content. And before you leave, check out my video description. It's got all the links that you need for everything that I do, including my Discord servers. But we're going to end it there. Thank you for watching. And until next time, take care.